Hey, welcome back, everybody. Time once again to join our community, the Hispanic community here in Orange County, powered by the Orange County Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, and a lot of mezcal today. That'll make sense in a moment here as we bring in the man who knows more about mezcal than anybody I know, John Gutierrez. Welcome.
All right. Welcome, everybody, to our community podcast show powered by the Orange County Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. I'm your host, John Gutierrez, Senior Vice President here at the Orange County Hispanic Chamber. And with us today, we have one of our new members of our chamber, which is called Dos GABACHOS MEZCAL. With us, we have today David Martin Jr., who's the owner and head of operations. We also have Richard Policastro, owner, brand, and development, built from scratch by two bartenders at one point. They're both from either the LA and New York area, right?
Yes, sir.
And they just bar regulators from Mexico, and who was influencers on you, right?
So
The people that...
Yeah, our third partner, Victor
Yes.
Castillo. Yeah,
let's give him a shout out.
Yeah,
Victor Castillo. He's our third partner. He's from Mexico.
He's from Mexico
Awesome.
City. Yeah,
All right,
And he was one of your regulars, wasn't
Yes,
he? when
yes.
you guys
he was. Yeah, we'll dive into that.
We'll dive into that.
Yeah.
And fully independent mezcal brand, bringing world-class juice from Oaxaca to SoCal. Welcome to the show, gentlemen.
Thank you, John.
Thank you, John.
Let me take these glasses off and let's get into it because, man, they brought these beautiful bottles with us today here. For those of you viewing the show, I got to tell you, I've
Can
been
you move
around.
the bag? You get the bag.
Why are you trying to move my gift? Take it easy, Paul. Move my gift.
No, that's my
Like the little
gift.
Santa hat.
If anybody that watches our show knows that if you bring food or drinks,
I get
Paul will-
excited.
Yeah, Paul gets excited about the food and the drinks. I get excited more about the food, but
Because today we're going to drink mezcal, and the last time I drank mezcal, I got naked and ran around the room. So who knows what could happen today?
This is a small room.
we'll pretend we didn't hear that, Paul. But I got to tell you, these are really cool serving shot glasses.
A jicara cup. Yeah, it's from a seed from a tree. They hollow it out, and then you can see that
Oh,
it's...
that's a real deal? I thought that's just a little plastic cup you brought.
No, that is-
That's straight from Oaxaca. You can see it's customized as well.
That is really
Yeah,
cool.
so the sipping cup, we don't. When you drink good mezcal, you don't take shots.
You don't take shots.
Sip it.
You sip it.
Oh,
That makes us
See?
cringe when we see people shoot it, throw it back, and
you want to enjoy it, right?
You want to enjoy it.
Can
Enjoy
I
it.
jump in and ask a question? Because I used to own a bar, so I do know a little bit about mezcal. And mezcal always, to me, seemed like it has a bad reputation. It is the lesser category. It's what you do shots. It's what you do get crazy with. Tequila was more the refined specialty thing. Mezcal is what had the worm in the bottom, and you just get crazy and drink it. Describe the difference between mezcal and tequila.
Yeah. So basically, what you just said is for us
That
a
makes
little
you
bit
cringe.
of. It's a lot. Yeah. It's some brands have used the worm to market mezcal.
Okay.
There's a history of that. Maybe they thought that was cool. When I see the worm, I associate the worm. Ooh, that's probably not a good quality of mezcal.
Of course.
And then also, yes, mezcal kind of has a history, a reputation of being, quote unquote, like a poor man's spirit.
Right.
Going back to history, a lot of the farmers, they would be drinking the mezcal, and tequila was notarized as this higher elevated spirit.
But are they different? Because I always thought what really tequila was made in Tequila, Mexico, in this area, area.
Yeah, different states. Tequila is a mezcal. So one of the main differences is the tequila is cooked in conventional ovens, where mezcal is roasted underground for a couple of days. So that's how you get that natural smoky flavor.
Let's get in first into a little bit about you guys, please, because this is what we usually do on the show. We want to also feature you guys as entrepreneurs. We'll get into the brand and the product. But I think you guys also have an intriguing story. You're from New York,
Yeah.
and you're from the
Bay Area.
Bay
I'm from
Area,
the Bay Area,
which
yeah.
they say a lot the word hella. I know that. 'cause I went to
That's right.
Chico
He's got
State
me
up north.
saying. He's got me saying that. Yeah.
Does
He does.
He does, huh?
I do.
Okay.
It's contagious.
I learned that
It
in
is.
college when I went to Chico State. So tell us a little bit about yourselves. I know there's also a little backstory to you guys are professional photographers. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, there's a lot to unpack. So I'm from New York, upstate New York, Syracuse originally. I moved out to LA about 18 years ago. I met David. We both were mixologists at the JW Marriott LA Live, right across from Staples Center.
Yes.
Awesome spot to be.
That's a huge.
Yeah, we saw Laker championships, Kings. It was popping all the time. And him and I were behind the bar and really just vibe on life and just stories just about our past, and got to become good friends. And then Victor Castillo, who's our other partner, he was just a regular patron at the bar. He would come in after his soccer games, drink some shock tops, or I'd make him a tequila sour, and we ended up becoming really good friends with him. And he's from Mexico City originally. And he finally said one day, he said, "You guys have ever been to Mexico City?" And we said, "No, we'd love to go." And he said, "We should go. I should take you out there and we should do a little trip." And that trip changed our lives. We went out there, and the culture, the food, the architecture, everything, and then the mezcals that we were tasting at that time. This trip was 10 years ago. And at that time, the mezcals that we were tasting were just...
And I got to point out one thing that I just read, because I'm really into all this stuff. I think it was Travel and Leisure magazine, one of those publications, publishes best bars in the world. I want to say of the top 20 or 30, 4 or 5 of them are in Mexico City.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Mexico City is a phenomenal
It's another
city.
level. If you haven't been there,
I've never been there, but I didn't know it was that much of mixology.
Tell us a bit about you, David.
Yeah, so I'm from the Bay Area. I grew
Okay.
up in Northern California, kid. Pretty much about the same time as Richard. Moved to LA when I was about 18 years ago. Mm-hmm. And yeah, we met at the bar, many years, many nights bartending together. As you mentioned, he was a photographer. His father was a photographer. And I started getting into photography.
Oh, that's cool.
And he started showing, not to speak for you, but does a lot of weddings. So he started taking me along wedding photography, things like that.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, bartending, Victor used to come in all the time. And that's how this story began.
I think that's a great story because you also were already in that environment. You've probably, obviously, as you're bartending, you've sampled a lot of stuff, right? You've tried a lot of different stuff.
All of it.
From different levels.
Always reading the back of bottles on downtime. Always just wanted to learn about spirits.
So why mezcal then? Because mezcal has had a reputation as kind of a lesser spirit. It's the poor cousin to tequila. It hasn't been traditionally thought of as... I know that's changing because there are a lot of high-end mezcal brands coming up.
I think for both of us, I can speak for both of us, it was such an intriguing spirit. It's so complex. And like we started to learn about it, and it was tequila at the time had become such an oversaturated market. And it wasn't even about that was the reason why we chose mezcal. It was more just we were so interested in mezcal. It was, like I said, it's such a complex spirit. The distillation process, everything about it was just so interesting to us, and we started nerding out on it. We just started learning about the process and everything about it, and that's when we left that trip from Mexico City, we came back, and I'll never forget, we were in my car after a long shift at the bar, and David said to me, he goes, "This is going to sound a little crazy, but what do you think about you, me, and Victor coming out with our own mezcal, like bringing something back that we just sipped on for the last week that you can't find here?" And at the time, there was some decent mezcals here, but obviously now there's so many beautiful mezcal spirits. But at that time, there wasn't as much out. So we were like, wow, we would love to bring what we tasted there here to the States. And he said that to me, and I was like, yeah. Where do we start?
It's
What
awesome.
do we do? And we had no idea.
Also, to take it a step further, Paul, to answer your question, when we were sipping these mezcals in Mexico City, with mezcal, people don't realize there's varietals of the plant, of the agave plant. So like tequila only comes from Blue Weber agave. That's just one species of agave. Where mezcal, and I have them here on the table, we brought some samples. So we have a tepestate, a tobala, a quiche. These are the names of the agave. So when we're in Mexico City...
Of the plant itself?
Yes.
Of the plant, yeah. So we're sipping these different mezcals that Victor's friend would bring from Oaxaca. And just that in itself, we were really intrigued. Wow, these are different names. What is this? You only see that, excuse my ignorance, but from what I know, like you only see that really like in the wine world when you're talking about varietals.
Right. Yeah.
So that in itself was really cool. And then, yes, this could be a further conversation, Paul, but the mezcals we were sipping, we're drinking like phenomenal stuff. There's a huge difference. There's many levels to different tastes and qualities of mezcal. So I do feel like going back to the history of how mezcal's been disrespected or known as this poor person spirit, as much as of a fan we are of mezcal, it is my favorite spirit, and I've had them all as a bartender. I've also had the worst mezcals.
Yeah. It's like anything in any industry, whether it's the food industry, whether it's whatever industry, you're going to have different levels of quality of whatever people are investing more into, or whoever takes more pride in their craft or their work. And so I've got a chance to learn about different products because we have different people that do different things in the chamber. But to your point, it's really about who takes that pride, right? If you're visiting Mexico, Oaxaca, and you're like, hey, we really want to put our hearts into it. This means a lot to us. I could just tell you right now, because I used to work for a distributing company. I mentioned that to the gentleman here earlier. A lot of it is also how you bottle stuff. People don't realize. I tell this to my wife, especially like with wine bottles. You could tell the difference between a good wine and a bad wine just by the bottle.
Yeah.
Before
Or the
you
label.
even taste it.
Yeah.
How much
Because
they
the
invest in it. Yeah.
Well,
right.
if
Wow,
they don't
that's a good
invest
point.
in the bottling, and I tell her, I showed my wife one day, I said, look, because I worked in that industry. If they invest a lot of money in the bottle, that means what? What's in it is good stuff. Cheap wine is not going to be in a cheap bottle. It's most likely going to be in a cheap bottle, not an expensive bottle. And when you took out your bottles, that was the first thing I was looking at. These bottles are not cheap.
They're not.
They're like, when I look
They're
at
definitely not.
how heavy this is
Yeah.
and
Got
how
some real
solid
weight
this
to it, yeah.
the other
Yeah.
thing that this shows me is you're protecting the product very well, right? Why is that important? And you guys can share more on this, because any product you have anywhere near the sun that does not have a good bottle, it will actually kill the product. It would take away the flavor of the product.
Like it's skunky, as they say in beer and other
but
things.
when you look at these bottles, I was really impressed with the bottles when they first came out. These are some heavy dudes.
Yeah.
So share a little bit about the logo and the bottling, if you can, if you don't mind sharing
And
a little
the
bit about
name,
that.
and the
And
name.
yeah. The logo is really cool. They were sharing that with me earlier.
Yeah,
But-
so the logo, when you see it, and I don't know if there's maybe on the front of
Hold
it,
one
but
up,
yeah.
yeah.
So from first glance, it's an agave plant, but right through the middle is a lightning bolt. So one of the old tales back in the day was that a lightning bolt came down, struck the plant, spilled out through the village where everybody was sipping, and that strike is what cooked it and gave it its smoky flavors. Just all fun tales, but we dig that. We like it, and we took that and ran with it, and it's like a double entendre kind of vibe. It looks like an agave plant, but then you also see the lightning bolt, and most people don't recognize it. Most people just think it's just the
Part of the plant or something.
Yeah.
Is that like some urban myth or a
It's,
legend or something?
It's Aztec mythology.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of Aztec mythology that surrounds agave spirits, mezcal, pulque. Maya Joel is a particular character, part of Aztec mythology that we've taken interest to. She's the agave goddess.
Agave goddess.
She's the agave goddess, yeah. And she's actually, this is her in plant form as well. This is actually Maya as the plant. So if you look on our website, we've done some research and we've wrote about it, and we nerd out
You guys
on
are
it.
into this stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you can even see her rabbits. She's got her rabbits on top of our.
Just so
top
you
of the
guys
cork.
know, even though they keep saying they're nerds, these guys are not nerds. All right, these guys are cool dudes. I want to know more about this bottle. Why the difference?
The clear
what made
one.
Yes. What did you do? What is that?
The clear one is to show the color of the juice. So
Okay.
everything in these other black bottles are different varietals, but all traditional mezcal is clear.
Oh.
People don't know that. People always say, is that a repo or an añejo? That's more of a tequila thing.
Yes.
Now, are there mezcals, añejo repo? Yes, there are.
Añejo meaning aged and reposado meaning
aged.
rested.
Yeah, in barrel. But the way we were taught by mezcaleros in Oaxaca is, why are you going to take this beautiful mezcal and go ruin it in a barrel?
Yeah. And it also, with mezcal, it grows organically to its age. So, where tequila, you're putting it into a barrel to age it, to help with the aging process, to give it age. Where these mezcals, they're chopping them down at a certain point. So it's like, why, exactly like he said, why would you take this beautiful spirit that just took 12 years to grow and then throw it in a barrel and mask that flavor?
So let me ask this question. For anybody viewing or listening to us, they're going to say, why did those gabachos decide to start a brand like this? Where did you fall in love with this whole process? Where would you say?
Apparently, it was a trip. It started there. Yeah.
Started
Was
with
it
the
when
trip.
you got to Mexico? Or maybe it could have been that Victor's this good guy that was just like, you guys became homies at the bar.
That too.
Right?
It's all of that.
Yeah.
Meeting Victor, we never thought of going into this kind of business. We weren't inspired by a celebrity or something like that. We just wanted to go to Mexico City with Victor, and we were having the time of our life. And when his friend brought us this mezcal, we just thought it was so unique, and I could probably speak for both of us. I always wanted to have my own business. I wanted to be an entrepreneur. I only like to do things that I fall in love with.
And what did he see in you? I take this as like an older guy or something, has some money or something here. What did he see in you guys? A couple of bartenders.
He's a little older than us, but we're all equal partners, and all the money is all the same. So it wasn't like he wasn't an investor. It was all three of our ideas.
That's great.
Yeah.
And so
But he must have saw something in you beyond just being bartenders here. Just getting to know your name at the bar here. He
Yeah,
must have seen some business.
Well, you
or
could tell that
savvy
these guys
we
are
became
like
brother.
right?
Before that trip, we're talking about years before that of him becoming friends with him.
Yeah.
So this wasn't just we met Victor, the next week we're in Mexico, the next week we're making this brand.
Right.
We went multiple times to Mexico with him. It didn't just happen on the drop of a dime. Like this kind of developed over time.
Yeah.
And he always said that he wanted to be, when we started doing this, he goes, we're all equal partners, but he said, I want you guys to be the face of it. You guys go out there, and we still didn't have a name yet. And we were trying to come up with some different names, and we were like, I don't know, what should we do? We threw out some different things, and nothing really stuck. And then we would take these trips to Oaxaca, and a couple trips into Oaxaca, some of the mezcaleros, you get some of these guys that, that's all they do. They sit there and they make mezcal all day long. And when we would show up, or we'd be sitting there, and they would start calling us, be like, hey, it's Dos Gabachos. And so they started saying that, and then we would look at each other and be like,
maybe that's it.
Is that it?
And what does that mean? John knows it. I don't know what.
Well, they can tell you what it means. They know
I
what it
mean,
means.
it's foreign traveler. It's
couple
basically
of foreign travelers.
a couple of foreign travelers.
I don't want to know. I don't want to say what I would call them when I was a kid growing up.
They say they call us gringos, Americans.
You know
it's
what's
supposed to be a term of endearment.
Yeah.
When we see them as, hey, gabachos, and then it's a hug that follows.
Listen, even me, who's born and raised in the U.S., I go to Mexico, and my own cousins will give me a hard time. They call me Pochito, right? Which means Pocho for you're Hispanic but born in the U.S.
Right.
And now you're coming to Mexico and you can't speak Spanish as good as us. They even give us a hard time. So I can imagine you guys. I mean, they're really busting you guys up, right? Los dos gabachos. Ahí vienen los dos gabachos. And that's cool because you're right. It's almost of endearment.
Yeah.
My cousin calls me that out of love and fun.
Yeah.
He's not trying to, and some people might be like, he's bullying you. No, it's all in
Take it,
fun.
if you want to take it that way.
Yeah, but it's all in
be
fun. And so that's cool that they were messing with you guys. And then you said, maybe this could be our name.
Yeah.
We looked at each other because we were like, at that moment, we were trying to figure out a name. And that's a hard thing to do. The name is everything. And with Victor already saying, I want you guys to be the face of it, and then with them saying Dos Gabachos, we just looked at each other and we're like, wow, I think that's it.
So are you looking to get distributed by one of the big boys?
It can't become Three Gabachos. Calm down, Paul. I know you're trying to get in. They can't change the name to Three Gabachos.
I'm ready to
Take
join
it
in.
easy, Paul.
But I just wonder about the business side of it. It is hard. Well, I had a bar for a while, and people will come independent stuff, and the big guys would say, yeah, you can carry their stuff, but we're not going to give you our stuff anymore here. And they would really play hardball. They'd try to keep the independents out.
Let's have a sip again.
Yeah. Sip before.
Let's do a cheers.
Salud.
To the next. Salud.
The thing that struck me first was this has a really great, strong aroma. It's not just you enjoy it before you even taste it.
This is cool, man.
The
And
nose,
it's got a great nose.
mezcal has a
Great nose. Paul, this is 90 proof too.
Wow.
Very smooth. Wow. We wanted something well balanced. We wanted something that like a mezcal enthusiast could sit here and sip just like this and enjoy it.
Yeah.
But also and have the alcohol content that they would want.
The other thing I love
but then
about
also be mellow enough for somebody who's just getting into mezcal.
Well, and to that point that you just made, I'm sorry, Paul, real quick. For people that know me and listen and watch, I actually don't drink alcohol very much.
Yeah.
And so I can tell you from drinking this, it's very smooth.
Yeah.
it is
Very smooth. So I understand why you said earlier that it's not cool when people just drink the whole thing like a tequila shot. There's nothing like sipping it slowly.
But it's also stronger too.
Yeah.
It's 90 proof. All the mezcals we drink in Oaxaca and all them, they should be 90 proof or higher for the most part. Sometimes, given situations, a little bit less. But it's having it. It also having that higher content it also stands up better in cocktails.
much better.
So it actually
it
doesn't disappear. It doesn't disappear.
What kind of
and you're
cocktail
getting
would you
more
make
agave, you're getting less water.
Yes, exactly.
Ultimately, when you're getting spirits that are the farther down it goes, 84, 82, 80, they're just getting more dilution.
What kind of cocktail drink for anybody listening would you, if you wanted to do something mixed with it?
As basic as possible is margaritas. But then if you want to get even further into them, we love Negronis, mezcal Negronis, mezcal Old Fashions.
Mezcal Old Fashioned.
I don't know what's mezcal Negronis. What is that?
A Negroni is typically made with gin classically, yeah. And actually a lot of classic gin cocktails sub well with mezcal.
Interesting.
Because gin has a very complex flavor, and this has a complex
Exactly.
flavor.
Where they say...
Now that used to own the bar knows all this. You see
He
this?
does. Paul. Yeah, so there's some fun cocktails you can do. I even love telling people try mezcal espresso martinis. Actually, tequila espresso martinis are becoming more popular, but I say take it to the next level. Go to mezcal. You get that little bit of smokiness into it.
Yes.
And when we go to Oaxaca, sometimes the abuela, when we're staying at our palenque, sometimes in the morning she'll bring out some coffee from Oaxaca, some chocolate, and some mezcal, and we would dump it in there, and that's how they would start their day. And
my
that's
kind of
kind of gave you that.
I've seen friends and family members enjoy mezcal with a cigar.
Oh, absolutely.
It's just
Because it has a very smoky
of
flavor.
course.
Yeah,
I've seen them sit there and just like you said, slowly sip it and just enjoy.
Also,
a cigar.
the sweetness of the agave too on the tip. You see a lot of people like to smoke cigars with like bourbons and scotches, and they'll dip the tips of it in it to get that, or even rum, stuff like that. Mezcal is very similar. It's not as sweet as rum, obviously, but still gives the agave, gives it a little sweetness, and it's just like the smokiness complements it.
So when you won the World Championship recently with the Dodgers, Kiki Hernandez, you were having that cigar and you were having the mezcal. For those of you that are just viewing us, this guy looks exactly like Kiki Hernandez.
So full disclosure, I got to say something, and I hope we don't lose any fans. I'm sorry for saying this, but I'm a diehard Yankee fan. I know.
Cut him off.
Hey, listen, I'm
We
man
just lost all of
I
our
know.
viewers. What's going on?
Hey, I'm man enough to admit that
Well, you're in
you
New
guys
York,
got
of
us.
course.
You guys got us these last couple of years, and it's become such a great rivalry, and I love it. And I hear it from all my friends
But
out here.
I like watching Aaron Judd. That guy's
He's a beast.
He's a beast. He's a beast. I got to give credit where credit's due.
He didn't drink mezcal in New York. He didn't drink mezcal.
But you know what? The Yankees had their great seasons with Jeter
Yeah.
was there and the whole team. I think it's just the flow. It's
It's
seasons.
the Dodgers' time. It's
Yeah,
the Dodgers' time. It's fine. That's sports, right?
So
It's just-
is it a time for mezcal? We'll bring it back to this.
Is that it's
mezcal
got
found a
Yankee
brand?
colors.
no, because he's a Giants fan.
Oh, we got everybody.
Now we just lost everybody.
Sorry, I know. My bad. We just lost everybody.
Hey, Paul, did you turn off my mic? It just went off.
I turned theirs off. But is it a time for mezcal? Because we've all heard of the success stories of George Clooney's tequila and all the other big brands of tequila that have got bought for billions of dollars. Tequila's having a moment.
Why not? Who doesn't want to be bought for billions of dollars?
Yeah, but
Come on now.
tequila's. When I had a bar 20 years ago, tequila was there, but it wasn't. It was vodka. It was started to be scotches and bourbons.
Maybe mezcal is booming right now, right?
Yeah, I have to say something given what we've been talking about. And we call a mezcal smoky spirit.
Right.
So, of course, a mezcal is always going to have an element of smoke because it's cooked underground. And when it cooks, the fire ultimately with the wood and the rocks penetrates the agave fibers. But good mezcal, the smokiness, and you guys tell me right now, a smoke bomb to you, or are you getting other elements of this
Like,
mezcal?
does this punch you in the face, smoke, or is this?
No. I'm not wrong way to ask because I'm Irish, so I like Irish whiskeys and Scotch whiskeys, and I like things like Lagavulin that's very heavily peated.
Okay, yeah,
which has a very-
Lagavulin is.
For the
That's
record,
very
Paul
heavy.
Roberts has no more taste buds from so he wouldn't be able to tell you.
But
What do
I
you
would
think, John?
I would
like
think
it.
most people would find this more approachable than they
Yeah.
would other mezcals.
Yeah, so my point is that, and we do have some, like our Tepestate, I would say is probably a little smokier.
Okay.
But my point is that there's been this kind of attack on mezcal, unfortunately, especially here in the U.S., they call it a smoky tequila. That's not true. It's not tequila.
Yeah.
They call it, like, it's so smoky. And yes, some of them are. A lot of that, and that might be another conversation, but that could be related to it's just not great mezcal. That could be
Right.
from
Exactly.
poor distillation practices, industrialization, additives, all this stuff. And some brands are using that as like a marketing, like, oh, let's say it's smoky, we're running with this kind of this marketing.
And that's all you get.
And that's all you get, where the reality is good mezcal, the smoke, yes, we're not denying the smoke.
I can tell
it's
you that
part of
just-
pasta sauce.
I
but
can tell you that it's just smooth.
Yeah.
It's smooth. And at the end of the day, anything you drink that is smooth, it will cater to a larger audience because of the fact that we've got viewers right now. I just saw a few of our viewers, both male and females. And for the females watching that maybe have never had mezcal, because most men are smoking a cigar and having a mezcal, this is great that you pointed out that, hey, you can make a great margarita. You can make other drinks because at the end of the day, not everybody's going to sip it by itself. Some
Right.
people are going to want to mix it, right?
Absolutely.
And again, very smooth. Someone like myself who doesn't drink much, I can tell you when I drank that, I didn't have that aftertaste.
Yeah.
That it's like bitter or like cheap brands that gives you a kick after.
But can I ask you one weird question? I almost get, because it has a complex flavor beyond the smoke. The smoke hits you. But there's more to it than the smoke, unlike other brands.
Yes.
And afterwards, I do a little aftertaste, and I almost get a little sweetness left over.
Yeah.
Is that weird? Sweetness?
Not at all.
No.
This is part of this whole thing that we love. I mean, like hearing, because everybody's palates are different. And this is big in the wine world, too. People, that's why they say, what do you taste? What do you taste? What do you taste? Because everybody's palates are different. And so we love hearing when people say different things. We've heard it's a little peppery. It's a little bit more fruit forward. It's get little chocolate notes on some of these. It just depends. And that also ties into food pairings, which is
I was about to ask you that.
Yeah.
Yes. What do you like, a steak or something? What do you-
Yeah.
okay.
Any
That's good
meat,
to
this
know.
would go great.
Smoked
yeah,
meats.
smoked meats,
Nice.
some great just fresh veggies and like onions, tomatoes, like some acidity, pico de
Fruit.
gallo, fruit, everything like that. Even
Acidity
some
usually
Italian food. Some
acidity
pasta.
blows your tongue apart, and once you have something really acidic, it's
Yeah.
hard to taste anything but that. So
Yeah.
this would stand up to it. Just as it would, I think this would make a great mix for cocktails. Partly
Oh,
because
it
it has
does.
high alcohol, and partly because the smoke and all the other flavors would cut through all the other ingredients.
Where can
It's
we
really
also
versatile. Like you can sip this and you can cocktail it. We're talking about the espadín, and that's what I think is really cool about it.
Where can people buy this? Where can they find you? What do you advise people listening, watching? How can they find your product? How
We're
do they
selling it
order
out
on the
front
website?
today. We got a stand up.
We're in, so as far as Southern California, we're in 18 Total Wine and More stores.
Oh,
Unfortunately,
great.
we're not in Laguna Hills or Tustin.
Oh, okay. What's the nearest
Not
one?
yet.
Are you like LA or something?
Huntington Beach?
Or the closest ones here would be like Huntington Beach,
Oh,
Brea.
okay.
Brea.
Oh, so you're still in OC.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
OC,
yeah.
got some OC.
Long Beach.
All the way out to Palm Desert, Temecula.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
But 18, you can order off our, and that's only the espadín.
Okay.
If you wanted to order all of our expressions, that would only be online only.
Okay. And people can order online?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
You
Yeah.
need like a mezcal club or something where they get different ones over. a
We're
period of
working on
time.
that. This is a lot of these are a little bit newer that we just launched them
Oh, really?
not too long ago, within
Yeah,
the last year.
congratulations.
So
Thank you, man.
originally it was the Espadín flagship.
I really like this bottle. I like this bottle. I like the look. I'm into that kind of stuff because, again, when I used to work as a wine distributor, we would look at bottles a lot.
So it makes it pop off the shelf too.
Of
That's what
course,
makes
you got to
for it.
think of who is your customer that's going to walk into the store late at night, and sometimes they don't even know about what's in the product, but they just like the bottle.
Absolutely.
There's studies shown that sometimes people just buy the cool bottle.
Yeah.
So
Is there another
it's
one we
true.
could just say, because that's really excellent mezcal.
Yeah, why don't you pour up the law for
really,
Paul?
Really is.
Paul, you ready for another expression?
Yeah, I'm ready for
one
another
more,
expression.
no more for Paul. No
Come
Paul.
on.
So, Paul, we're going to take you. You have.
I'm holding the controller.
If
I'm
I
letting it go
drink
long.
this, I don't know. Okay, I'll finish this and then I'll have a little bit.
While he's pouring that, I just wanted to go back really quick and answer one of your questions. I don't think we
This is
did. What,
Tomaran now.
you said, is this
so
the
this is a 104 proof.
Oh my
No, you're
goodness! 104 proof.
sip it, Paul? Sip it.
Oh,
I'll have a
my
little bit of that, just a
goodness.
little bit. not a
Just
lot.
a taste. This is one of our favorites.
My
How's it
wife's
going,
probably
John?
worried about me right now.
What's a
She's like-
typical?
She's
te-
watching and she's like,
Just
"What
a
is
little-
going
just a
on here?"
touch.
What is a typical mezcal, or if I just go to the store, mezcal or tequila? It's got to be a lot less than that alcohol. It's got to be 60, 80, 70%. What's a typical proof on a?
What a lot of
David starts laughing. I don't know if that's a good thing.
there's a lot of like mezcal heavy bars, tequila mezcal bars throughout LA, New York that won't even talk to you about bringing it in unless it's a 90 or above.
Yeah.
Really?
Well, because it's when we're in Oaxaca, when we're at the Palenque and we're tasting it right out of the still, we're tasting it at like 110.
Oh wow!
And it's hot, but the flavor, that's how you get the best flavor.
Now this definitely has a lot of alcohol because
Paul, you do know you have another show after
Oh,
this.
not anymore. We're going all day.
Not anymore.
I'm taking my clothes off and running around the room right now.
No,
But this has a real flavor. This has a whole
okay,
different
I'm going to
flavor
try
to
it.
it.
Yeah.
So this is stronger.
So
though,
that's
right?
the Tobala.
A little stronger. It's a different plant.
It's a
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you go.
It's a different plant. The proof is different. It's from
I
a different
like this.
producer, different
Oh,
part
wow.
of Oaxaca.
I've never had anything like that. That stands
Wow.
out.
That is even
and that's
smoother.
104.
Not as much smoke, much
Wow.
more
You
flavor.
pour me a little bit. Feel
Wow.
left out.
So this is a wild agave.
Honey,
so
I'm so glad you're picking me up today. I'm so glad I'm not driving. My wife's picking me up today, so that's
to make
good.
the distinction, the espadín is
Wow.
you see those perfect rows of plants in Mexico when
Yeah.
you drive by.
This is called espadín?
No,
The plant.
that was the
Tobala.
first one.
That was the first one.
So our
Okay.
espadín is planted with intention.
Okay.
They plant the seed, they harvest it. The Tobala, what we're drinking, is actually found in the wild.
It's wild,
So
yeah.
it's a wild agave.
Wild, all right.
It takes about it takes about double the time to grow.
We only did 112 bottles of these.
But why
you
is
know?
it so much more flavorful? It has a whole much deeper flavor, a richer flavor than the other one does.
Is it the way it's fermented or something?
No, just because it took. So this espadín took about 8 years to grow, where this took about 15 years to grow
Wow.
in the wild. So that has a lot to do with it.
So the plant is aging it itself, as opposed
Yes.
to other liquors that you put in a barrel to get a flavor to.
Which is what I was telling
Yes.
you. I was trying- that's exactly, Paul.
Wow.
You nailed it on the head.
That
That's
is-
what makes mezcal so cool.
Yeah, that's where you start to
And
learn.
that's why when I was
Didn't
talking
know
about
that.
traditional mezcals, like before you start venturing into maybe you found one that's a reposado,
Yeah.
this is my personal opinion. You shouldn't be trying those until you're actually trying the traditional, not only the traditional espadín, but the traditional varietals and then master that and keep going. That's just my personal
You can have fun with it. We're not going to sit there and say, don't. We have a mezcal rosé here that's aged in a red wine barrel for 45 days. But
So that one has like a rosé kind of flavor? Is that what you're saying? It's a different?
It's not much of a flavor. It's just it's aged in a red wine barrel, which it got the color from that. But it's the espadín in that barrel. So it's not that, and we just wanted to do something fun and different.
Or color and appearance.
There's not much out
It's a little
there.
floral. It's got a little bit of floral accent to it.
A little sweeter.
And
It's a
this
less
was
ABV.
shown to us in Oaxaca.
Don't even
so-
go to any other. This is it. What plant is this? This is the
Total-
best. That's
Total-
the best mezcal I've ever had.
But
in
you
my
never
life.
know, Paul. Like, women might like this because it's a little bit of that.
That's the best
rose,
mezcal,
right?
Because the other
Like,
mezcal
they might like
tasted
the flavor,
like
kind of like a
mezcal.
wine almost.
Yeah.
You know,
It had
has
a
little bit of
smoky flavor.
right? Like,
Yeah.
But this one has much. This is truly, I can say, the first mezcal I thought has a real premium, complex flavor to it.
I love to hear that because that's exactly where we were going with it. So,
Paul's gonna give you a good Yelp review.
Paul, you still have to try the Tepestate, the
No more
Pachuca,
for
and the
Paul.
Quiche.
Paul has another show to do. No more for
Another
Paul.
time.
I gotta tell you guys, the Dos Gabachos name is very cool, but I think you need to incorporate one day like two cool gabachos. Cool. You guys are really cool guys. I'm so glad. I think you're gonna make it out to our toy drive event, right?
Yes.
Hopefully this works out. We'll have you guys there doing some samples or something.
Yeah.
Because we'd love for you to meet, of course, our board members and our whole group.
And I'll tell you what would be fun is to have them to things like next spring's Estrella Award.
No, our golf tournament.
Or
At
any
the
of these
golf
things.
tournament, yeah.
Where-
Estrella
where-
Awards is different because we have to go through Disney and it's a little bit complicated through
Yeah.
Disney.
All I'm
but
saying
our
is that-
golf tournament, we'll definitely have you guys come out, set up at one of the
Who could
holes.
taste this?
Yes,
Where they could
yes.
try it.
Paul's already brokering the deal.
We'll have people at the stand. We're playing in it, just so you know. So, just letting
like,
you know
we're
that
not-
I'm competitive. I like to get out there and I like to.
Is he a scratch golfer?
I like to.
Is this guy-
I'm not scratch, but I'm
pretty good?
I'm like a 9-10 handicap.
Okay,
I'm not
we need
bad.
to know these things because we always put the scratch golfers on different teams
Oh, yeah.
because we can't put 3-4 really good guys on one team.
No,
you
it's
know?
going to be the four of us. I thought, isn't it? The four of us.
Enough mezcal. I'll think I'm a scratch golfer.
Exactly. It goes one way or the other. You either think you are or you are.
Can you guys see that we've been drinking? We're losing control of the show here.
That is really,
I can just
really
see my
good
wife on
stuff.
the other end listening right now going, ay, Dios mío.
Honey, cut it off.
Hey, this guy never drinks. And he...
All right, website, all that information,
Yes.
how they find you.
So
how do they
what's
go
the
there?
website? Real quick, guys.
It's dosgabachos.com.
We're way over here.
DosGabachos.com. All right, folks. I know we went over, but we started late too, Mr. Paul Roberts.
Okay.
So we got a little extra time. But listen, guys, congratulations. Thank you for, of course, coming on as members of our chamber. We're excited to have you guys on board, and hopefully our members can meet you guys in person
I think
at
they'll
one
love
of
it.
some of these events because you guys are two cool dudes. We got the Bay Area guy and the New York guy.
Yeah.
And great team. And hopefully one day we meet Victor too. right?
Yeah, no,
Absolutely.
absolutely. Yeah, he would love that. We
And-
look forward to it. We
And
appreciate
shout outs
it.
to him, man, for obviously this familia that you guys created, right?
Yeah,
this is a
absolutely.
familia brand, and I think it's awesome. You
Well,
know?
I like to think that no matter where you're from, you can come together and unite and do great things together.
That's the
Absolutely.
name of the show. Our community, not the
Salud.
community. Our community. We're all one
Absolutely.
community.
Any last words, gentlemen, before we
Right
get out?
now, I was just going to say this. You asked earlier, and I'll just finish with this, but like you asked, is this the time for mezcal? And
Yeah.
it is.
I think-
You go to any bar, restaurant around, I dare you to find a cocktail menu that doesn't have a mezcal cocktail on it. So
true.
this is the time for mezcal. This is the time for Dos Gabachos. Get out there, you try it.
The second one
yeah.
is the kind of taste profile that will push it over the top because it goes beyond what I think of as just typical low-end mezcal.
That's just the tip, Paul. Like I
Yeah,
said, man,
and
you got
if-
these other ones too.
And if you've never had mezcal, or maybe you have one, we hear it all the time. I don't like mezcal; it's
Right.
too smoky. I always think maybe they didn't have the best brand, and then they'll try ours. I'm not trying to sound like a sales rep here, but they'll be like, "Wow, this is actually pretty good. This isn't what I've had before."
Right.
More than.
So I would
quality.
just say, whether it's our brand or another brand, fine. There's great mezcal out there. Don't just trust maybe the one that was handed to you, the same one at every single bar that you go.
No,
to.
we're-
Those
look-
Gabachos. We got to go with Those Gabachos Mezcal. And by the way, I don't know if you guys sell these on your website, but these things are the coolest
You
things
like
to
those
drink
little
it
cups,
in.
yeah.
So maybe incorporate
Yeah.
like a gift pack with some of
Yeah.
these cool things.
Yeah.
It's just a really good piece. So,
Appreciate that, John.
so I know we've gone over
John,
the time here.
You're cut off.
Thank you for tuning in, guys. Go to the website, dosgabachos.com.
Dosgabachos.com.
And also, they're in Huntington Beach. Leave a comment. Let us know what you think. And tune in next week again. We're going to keep drinking, guys. We're partying it up. Salud.
Salud.
Wow. There's another good reason to tune in each and every time. You never know what tastes you're going to stumble across here. This is a good one. Dos Gabachos Mezcal. Really, take it from me. Try it. As we want you to come back and try all the shows here on Orange County's only community radio station, OCTalkRadio, streaming live from our studios here at the University of California, Irvine's Beale Applied Innovation Center.